our first time going to Paddler Co-op too, right?
Yes, this is our first time. It was a beautiful weekend. We had beautiful weather for the 4th weekend in September. It was awesome.
It's true. It was way hotter than I imagined, actually.
We were prepared for cold, yeah. It wasn't cold. It cooled off at night, but that was it.
We decided to go to the right side because it was a little bit more like secluded with trees and everything. At least we found a camping site pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was good that we got there early. Yeah, I just lied down in the tent and looked up, like straight up at the tall trees and the blue sky. But the hard ground was really relaxing to lie on it. It was so beautiful.
And then we were off to get our canoe.
So exciting. So we were going to get the canoe at another campground.
Yeah, we were getting it delivered. So we got that from a neighbor, right? I'm like, so how do you blow up the airbag?
Yes. With this handy dandy tool.
And then there's nighttime entertainment.
This was really cool.
Also, just so folks know, we'll do like a Q&A afterwards.
Second day.
And then it's like full of tents.
Some people came later.
Yeah.
Even just came for this day. Less sunny, but it was morning still, right? So it was still cold.
We're getting ready to go for our first clinic.
And there you are, trying to put on your
wetsuit.
1 second. My turn.
I took my gloves off.
Yeah, well, sun, right?
We're putting the canoe in for the first time.
For the first
We're all decked out. There it goes.
You want to get in first?
You want to hold it?
Yep.
Try not to forget everything or anything.
I really wanted to develop more confidence in steering the canoe and being in the stern. That's a goal that we set for this weekend. I would be in the stern as much as possible in order to
Ready?
get that learning and build my confidence.
How you feeling?
Great.
So we started our day paddling up closer to the rapids.
50%.
50% what?
Paddling power.
Oh, you can paddle a little bit more than 50% right now.
75. Are you feeling tippy in it, or are you good?
I mean, it helps that you told me that it's normal. Like, it definitely rocks back and forth, but not like you're gonna tip over, right?
Yep.
And they had us come into this calm area.
Here we're practicing our MITH turns. Momentum. Initiate.
All right. Let's
Tilt.
practice that. Yep.
And hold. And the reason you need to know how to do MITH turns is because that's how you move the canoe in and out of the higher flow water of the river. So what I was struggling with here was that I couldn't make the canoe go in a straight line.
Awesome. Good job.
We were practicing them on flat water first.
You want to go that way?
Build left.
It's one of the first times that I'm doing MITH turns in the stern and actually trying to make the canoe do what I wanted to do.
You're doing amazing. High five.
Turning now, okay. Wait, we're still turning.
Oh.
Okay, forward momentum.
Oh, I thought we stopped. You want a high five?
Sure.
Good job.
It made a lot of sense. I was really happy that we were practicing on flat water first.
When we swim, a couple things we want to make sure that we're doing. Your feet, you're going to try to keep your feet up and out of the water. Ideally, I would say get your toes out of the water. And that can be when you're in that like whitewater. This right here would be what's called the eddy line. Okay? This is an eddy, calm pool, typically going back upstream.
How's your tightness? You're good?
These partners always check each other's life jackets.
Yeah, oh, you're good.
Yeah, I stepped down in between these two rocks and I sort of said, I'm not sure I should be here. That water right there can just sweep you away if you're not careful.
Okay, once we get to this point here, this is where we're going to be entering into the current. It will probably push you a little bit more to the right, so that way you're kind of going down that nice kind of flat part and not through the roller. If you go through the roller, don't worry, nothing bad's going to happen. You'll just get spat right out. Just kind of stay in your defensive swim the whole way through. Then as you're past, roll over and just start that aggressive swim.
There's a whole other class doing the same thing we are on the other side. that both me and you didn't even pay attention to be honest. We
Yeah.
didn't see that.
No, we were like, oh my god, we went this way.
I can let people know when they're good to go too, so if you're
perfect.
going first. Yeah,
Sweet.
Awesome.
So, demo time. Okay.
See ya! Oh god! So he's doing a few paddle strokes to get back. He's in a great spot right there. He's probably being relaxed. He's not going to hit any rod. And it goes, whoop, whoop. There he goes. And now he's going to go on his front, swim 9 degrees that eddy line there, and he's just going to keep on going all the way in. Awesome. When he gets there, he can go on the rocks. Go back up. Okay.
See ya.
And you're good to go. Beautiful. Good to go.
My shoes undone.
Okay. I'll go. Good to go?
I got my toes out of the water.
Oh, you did for sure.
But I still like right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think when my feet shoot up like that is when the rock was
Yeah.
underneath me.
Both shoes?
Anybody see a shoe over there by chance? Orange shoe?
Show them what
My boat. Can I have one? Oh.
It's funny how you had your shoe and I lost my shoe.
Okay. Well, you have socks on at least, so that'll have to do for now.
That means you gotta pop those skip
You okay?
Great.
Awesome. How did you swim?
I told you.
Oh yeah, the bump.
Because I wasn't keeping my hips up.
And then back for lunch, right?
Yeah, we were ready for lunch. I was hungry. Breakfast and lunch and dinner available.
Lunchtime, and then getting ready to go.
Whitewater canoe. It's made of a more durable material that can withstand a lot more impact.
Less worried about scratches.
The front and the back have those yellow bags tied into the canoe, and the bag is an airbag. And that means if canoe tips over, that it will
You
float.
can go in first if you want.
Rope throw bags. The purpose of them is to rescue somebody who's in the water. The knee pads and the thigh straps. You're more connected to the canoe, so the leaning and the tilting that we end up doing, it becomes much, much easier when you're kneeling in this position and you're strapped in.
And the idea is to almost make you at one with the canoe in a sense, right? So
Yeah.
when you're moving your hips
Yeah.
and your legs, you're moving the canoe as well.
Because keep in mind, you are in that car. You are turning the other way, so
Yeah.
you have to go straight, then turn. So
Yeah. Okay.
Then we did a portage, made it to the other side, and then we're going to the upper Palmer Rapids.
So this is just up here.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused.
So now this is MITH turn in moving water.
car, that's it. Hold that car. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep going.
Yeah, having to deal with the eddy line, or eddy zone as we call it,
Okay.
and then the current.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a little too much.
Down, inside. Good save.
The other way?
Good. Nicely done. Next move.
It's something we're still figuring out.
Well, especially with this canoe. There's also like trying to avoid everyone else who's also doing the MITH turns.
Yes, yeah.
So this is a C, right?
You're going into the flowing water and then back out of the flowing water on the same side that you went in.
Keep it going, keep it going. Keep that card nice still.
Let's go.
In a way, we're beginners in this at this time because you're in the bow and I'm in the stern, which are both like
Yeah,
new
we're good.
roles for each of us.
Yeah.
It was really great that we decided ahead of time that that's what we wanted to do for this weekend. It was a safe and manageable environment and length of time for us to get comfortable in those new roles in the canoe. And with the new canoe itself.
We hit the rock on our way out, right?
The stern hit the rock he's sitting on.
And then this is an S-turn, which means you're going partway sea, then mid-current you switch sides and you go out the other eddy across the river.
Down to the right. Reinitiate.
It's good for when you're trying to cross the flowing water, but you want to end up like a little bit further down on the other
Shout.
side.
That's right, from eddy
It's
to
good.
eddy.
We're getting scratches.
Oh yeah.
Because eddies are almost like safety zones. They're like a very
Yes.
safe area to be in.
Yeah, so you want to
Right?
get really good at being able to get into them. That's one way to make it safer going down the river is that you're not just going straight down one direction the whole time. You can get out of the fast-moving water and take a break, but you need to be able to do C turns and S turns to do that. So that's what we're practicing.
Now we're doing ferries, which means we want to be able to go from left to right or right to left from the river. And it's basically the water's pushing the canoe, and since the canoe is in a certain angle, it moves the canoe. And all you have to do is keep it in the right angle.
Am I right? Okay. Nice. Okay.
That's good, perfect. Hold that. Hold it. A little bit more power. And open up the angle as you're exiting. Good. Nice and done. Nice and smooth. I like it.
Feeling comfortable to the rapid?
We were going to run the rapids all in one go. So like no eddying in, no eddying out, no pausing.
Straight line, yeah.
Just going straight down. I was contemplating whether I was going to stern through these rapids because that was our plan for the weekend, was that I was going to stern.
So, pretty easy here again. Like I said.
But as we were scouting these rapids, I was trying to like remember what I've been told, trying to like figure out what it would look like on the river versus like what we were seeing from the side of the river.
Which is totally different. And it's really easy for someone like myself to go like, there's the rock and there's the rock, and I'm gonna miss those. But then when you're on the water, moving that information over to that perspective is a whole other situation.
This was the point where I was like, I'm not sure I want to take our brand new canoe through this like white foamy water being caused by rocks. All I can see is rocks.
And ideally swim to the right.
This was the thing that kind of finalized my decision because we're talking about dumping early in this
Yeah,
long
you
set of
mentioned this.
rapids.
Yeah, and then we have to like swim the whole way down.
Yeah, and we probably could have gotten out of the rushing water and not gone down all of the rapids, but that was sort of the vision I had in my head. This was my first ever experience where we were scouting really what's a series of rapids. The prospect of doing them all at once after a quick scouting was pretty daunting because my whitewater experience up to this point was like, here's one rapid, we're going to scout this one rapid,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about how you go through this one rapid, and then after the rapid there's a calmer section of water where there's like no risk. One of the things that our instructors told us was if you're not feeling good about going down, then you shouldn't go down, or you should go down in a different configuration where you're going to feel better. which is really kind of like a trust your instinct. But when you're in a situation where you're trying to learn and you're trying to build your confidence, it can be hard to know where your intuition starts and where your confidence ends. Am I choosing not to stern because my intuition is telling me that this isn't the time? Or am I choosing not to stern because my confidence is low? How am I going to build my confidence if I don't try it?
What classes would you give these?
This is about a class 2, powered or gassed, and you'd prefer just to carry your boat down and walk it. Absolutely more than welcome to do that. If you want to give it a shot and give it a go, let's go do it.
Survive.
Yep.
I just don't know if you should start.
People do stand-up paddleboarding.
I'm a little worried about the getting over to the... Which side are we supposed to get to? The left? We're supposed to get to the right or to the
All right, crew.
So here,
let's make our way up.
when we're going past this part, it's trying to push us against those
Yeah,
rocks.
and we want to get to...
So we want to get over here because then you're not getting into that, see that flat rock? That's, the water's just like flowing over it.
I think I want to run it in the bow. Then
Okay.
tomorrow I'll have done it once. I'll have a better idea of what's happening. There's like too many things to remember, and I know you'll be able to just like instinctively get through it.
Sure,
So,
maybe.
well, you have a better chance than me.
So I made the decision that I would feel more comfortable with you in the stern, mostly because you have more experience than me and you have like a strong sense of reacting in the moment. And I feel good about my decision.
I can tell you that I was like, okay, I am now steering. I have to remember all these things I totally remember. Oh my God. So I definitely
And
had
you're
that
like, we
moment.
could just portage the canoe back. And I was like, nope. We're running these rapids and you're in the stern.
I remember that. I was like,
Folks, we're going to stay about 3 boat lengths in between, okay?
Unfortunately, we lost the footage. It went pretty fast, actually, because it was a straight line, no eddies at all. Since this was the first time I was steering this canoe, I felt like I didn't have full control over where it was pointing. So I was like, wait a second, I want the canoe to point here, and it's not doing that. Near the end, we were definitely the wrong position. That rock I was telling you about, we needed to miss. We were kind of like going towards it. But thankfully, right at the last moment, both of us did a move that fixed it.
I forgot to draw, is what happened.
Oh, okay.
At that moment.
The moment when you said we should be going.
Yeah.
You guys got twitched sideways and then you straightened it out. Like, try it.
I know. I'm gonna pull it.
Where did that water come from?
That's why I'm trying to empty it out.
When did you take on water? I didn't even see that
A lot of
happen.
times. I'm like seeing you sit down and just like, okay, cool. I'm like,
I didn't know we took on any water. I can't see it when you're in the bow.
I know. I think it was a little risky for me to stern this one because I haven't been paddling with it
Yeah.
at all.
I think you did this one.
You're funny.
We'll see how I do tomorrow. As we were in the middle of it, I was like, yep, I made the right decision.
Yeah, right.
I would be like,
And we have my shoe.
and we have your shoe.
And we have my shoe.
You can hang up all your wet shoes and wear your flip-flop.
Right.
Maybe your shoes will be dry by the time you go home.
Yeah, maybe.
When we got to that beach after
Yeah.
lunch, your shoe was on a rock there. But you wore your other pair of shoes, then got wet. So that's why I'm saying both your pairs of shoes are wet.
Well, have a tiebreaker. You have to do, I was just thinking about that. Where's my clipboard? I'm sure it says on the other event. Let's cheer on those canoes. Look at them trying to do it.
Watching them like all slowly sink and the canoe disappear underneath them, and then like their heads and shoulders going into the water, like it's kind of funny.
Or the canoe's like Titanic, and there's the one person sitting at the top.
And then,
It's really good that you can portage this canoe.
Oh, I
You wanna
wanted
do it?
to. I was
You
like,
want
I want to portage the canoe. And you were like, okay. Well, I just, I was worried about the weight and stuff, but it was fine. It was no ankle support. I don't usually do it without my hiking boots.
Straight ahead.
Sure, I can go down.
Oh, go for it then.
And this is when we lost the water bottle.
Correct.
Someone was walking by with it.
Then you just happened to be
Destroyed.
scrutinizing their water bottles. And you're like, hey, is that yours?
Is that-
And they're like, no. And you're like, actually, I think it's mine. And I was like, only you would catch the one person that's like carrying around your missing water bottle. It's like, of course.
Oh yeah, and then we lost your glasses.
Yeah. It was, we lost so many things in a space of 2 days.
You can TP it.
Lost and found. First we lost the shoe,
yeah.
then we lost the water bottle, and then we lost my
And
sunglasses.
we found them all back.
We can ferry across.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
So we're basically redoing the ferries and warming us up.
Yep.
Right? On the second day.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Nope, that was good. That was good.
That was an S turn?
Beautiful this turn.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And yes, that is a person
Stand up paddle boats.
in the wet water, which is awesome. That was definitely more exciting. A lot more waves, a lot more risks of tipping. The big thing that we learned is that we should risk going into the current higher. I think a little bit of like my past experience with the past time we've done this stuff, where we
Good
tried
job.
and then we would fall into water, maybe hesitate, like not want to do that.
There were definitely several points where you're doing it, so you just have to think, okay, I hope this works out.
Power.
Yeah, no, what we learned was the further up you go to like where the rocks are, the narrower the eddy line is. And so things react a lot quicker.
Yeah, and so
Good, we're
the
still a
quickness
little
is
bit
actually
wobbly.
a positive thing, but part of me is like,
High
oh,
five.
maybe quicker is worse.
let me know.
For us. But quicker is actually
Yeah.
better because then you move into position quicker.
Yeah.
Versus right now we're kind of like wobbling in this kind of weird.
Yeah,
Lower
the
area.
canoe gets turned around and aligned much faster. That's a good thing because the less time you spend not aligned, the less risk there is of tipping the canoe.
We're not out yet. Power. Sorry. Too early.
All good.
A little too early on that initiation going in. Wait, one more.
Oh my god. It's so hard to wait when like you're in the boiling waves.
And I think if I was in the stern, I'd be okay with it. But being in the bow, it feels like you're just being rocketed.
Right,
Like,
that's
going
right.
to the current, you're like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's really
That's true, and you're
unnerving.
not used to that because you're used
Yeah.
to being in the stern. so-
Totally not used to it at all.
Yeah.
Because in the stern, you're just pivot, like you're just seeing the canoe move.
Yeah.
You're kind of like staying.
You're almost staying in one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we are going in.
a little higher, right?
Yeah, much
Pretty-
higher.
Pretty
much higher,
good.
right behind that rock there, and then here you go. Woo!
Yeah.
Flying.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
very unnerving. But it is the right thing to do.
Okay, crew, let's get up on the beach over here, okay?
You want to do one last one?
No, we have to.
Okay. Okay, come over here.
The confidence that I had built up over the couple of days, I felt like I had more control of the canoe.
Okay.
And then it's also,
Yep.
as with anything with confidence, any little bit of success boosts your confidence even more. The other thing we learned that was really good was when you're yelling to your partner, always tell them where you want them to go or what you want them to do. You never say, don't do X, because of the risk of the person not hearing, don't do it, and then doing exactly what you don't want them to do.
I think that's kind of like practice, and also practicing being in the different positions, which gives you a perspective of what the other person's dealing with. I think that everyone should try to do that.
You need to be able to know how to do both positions. You never know when something's going to happen, and you're going to end up having to do the opposite role of what you expected.
You were lucky to find those sunglasses.
I know.
And lucky. Yeah, they were in the water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just see that I get out and look for them. And they were right. Yeah. We just got a rock under.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You want to just, what do you want to do? S-turn?
Yeah.
I was more confident in going down in the stern because it was our second day on the water. I was more comfortable. We had practiced more steering the canoe. I felt pretty confident.
Yeah, you made it through, so.
So here, if you go a little further down, you can kind of see where that little pillow is I was talking about.
Here I am in the stern, and we're getting ready to go down the river. There's no turning back because we're on the water, and half the group is gone already. There's not much time to think about it or be anxious. I was excited.
You had more confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I had more confidence, so I wasn't anxious. What we were doing differently this day was that we were going through a rapid and then exiting the main flow of the water into the eddy using the C turns and the S turn techniques that we had been practicing. It happens really quickly. You're actually just concentrating in the moment more so than worrying about it because you don't have much time. Can I see again just that last one?
We have the tongue right here. A safer bet is just go down the train, but then you can't edit easily. And we have to go right next to the rock. And I'm just feathering us a little bit.
Where's the rock?
Right here.
Okay, yeah, I completely did not see that.
Yeah, see how the tongue kind of goes
Yeah.
this way? So I'm like, okay, there's obviously something there
Yeah.
that's stopping the tongue from
Yeah.
going this way. And it means that we exit into the eddy right away.
I've learned over time, if you are going very, very close to a rock, you're not hitting it. Like, we were so close to the rock, but we didn't hurt the canoe. Like, we didn't hit it.
Good. Nice done, gang. Woo! Okay, next hop, we're gonna follow the leader. About 5 boat lengths in between. Okay, give yourself.
Running the whole rapids in one go, it's more intense, but what we were doing this day was much more technical, which is getting better at putting the canoe exactly
Yeah, we're
where you want it and being able to get out of the rushing water into calm water. The exhilarating moment when you're going fast and feeling the river moving you and then trying not to hit rock.
So rock there. Rock there. Rock there.
Straight.
I can see that massive
Straight.
rock on the right.
It was really exciting. That's why we do it.
Rock there. Rock there. And look at this, we're gonna kiss it.
There was, I'm not gonna lie, there were definitely sections where I was just guessing where to go, and it ended up being okay.
That first eddy that you did when the water splashed you, it was right on camera. Right on.
The other thing that was really nice experience with doing these lessons is the camaraderie that you get with the other people that you're taking the course with, and generally everybody wants everybody else to learn and succeed, and it's very positive.
Yeah. There's a lot of like, yay, or
Yeah, really encouraging one another, but also comparing. Like, I remember saying like, oh, we hit so many rocks, and then Another person said, yeah, we hit a lot of rocks too. And then it makes you feel better, like, oh, okay, it's not because I was bad and I hit lots of rocks. It's just that's kind of what everybody's experience is. But yeah, that's part of this that I really enjoy is how supportive other canoeists can be of each other as we're all learning together. Yeah, so this part I felt more confident because it wasn't a rock field. And then this is like, get over to the left, get over to the left. If the canoe tips and you fall out of the canoe, the thigh straps are designed in such a way that they do not hold you in the canoe. Like,
Yeah, because you imagine the canoe goes upside down. Like,
exactly.
Yep. I know.
How did it feel to go for a swim?
You just have to make it part of the fun. You know what I mean? You can't set not tipping the canoe or not dumping the canoe as a goal. I really thought we were going to be able to save it.
Yeah,
Comparatively, it was
like,
actually a very slow dump.
It's like everything slowed down, the water slowed
because
down.
we were resisting it. We were like successful for a few seconds there.
Yeah, I feel like all the technical stuff that we did before is still a success. We accomplished all that.
Totally.
We definitely took on more water than we should have, which caused this swim at the end, but we now know why that happened, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, like I was really satisfied.
You guys are so close to saving it too. I can see there you're counter leading the other way so hard.
The other thing is it's entertaining too, right? Like if everybody goes through fine, it's like, okay, now we can go home, right? Whereas if
Yeah.
like somebody dumps, it's more exciting, right? And
Yeah.
everybody's watching you and, you know, yelling encouraging things.
I'm so glad your nose plugs worked.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, you did so much better.
Well, I don't think that's true because we hit at least 3 rocks. You didn't hit any rocks. I didn't even see them. Like, I didn't even know.
They were rocks that were just because we're a little front heavy.
Oh.
So we're not floating straight.
Right.
So when it's going down, we're going deeper in. And that's how come we got tons of water in that last part, is I went in the wave twice.
Yeah.
We are going into the wave.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Look at all. I'm submarining right now. Canoe is gone.
Yep. I see that.
Yeah. So all of that water
Yeah. Yeah.
inside.
Got it.
I was like, okay, that's a lot of water in the canoe. Fuck, we haven't even got to turn yet. So like in my mind, I already know wobble central. And then guess what? We went so high up, so now we're going down again. And look at that, look at that. It's not even a wave. We just go into the water.
Well, because the stern is going over the wave.
Yeah. So now I'm like back in for a second big nice cup of water.
And that's what caused us to
Right.
basically lose it.
Then we had so much water in the boat.
Yeah, we couldn't hold it in.
Correct it.
Yeah, exactly. You did amazing. Look, we went down that river and you were steering. Let's celebrate that.
Yes. Thank you.
You are much better at that in the bow. I can tell you. Like, I'm just like, holy, and you're just like, brr, brr, brr. Like that, 100%. I can count on you. If I say power, you're like, okay, here we go. I'm not thinking, we're going.
What a day.
Perfect.
I'm really proud of myself. We set some goals for this weekend and we achieved them. When I was going down those rapids, I was really sure that you wanted me in the stern. So on top of my own confidence in my own abilities and what I've learned and my own skills, I also had the confidence that you wanted me in the stern. Like that, the combination of that and the practice and the instruction is what built my confidence. Yeah, I would really recommend Paddler Fest to people who are interested in getting into this space and meeting other people that are doing it, because I had a really good experience and they're very well set up and the instruction was excellent, very clear.
Yeah, it's like a great opportunity for you to learn, but also to meet others. Yeah, overall, a really great experience. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a really good experience. I would totally do it again.